Hi everyone and welcome to a quick video showcasing my meeting notes PDF template for the reMarkable 2. So by way of a brief overview, once you open up the meeting notes you'll be greeted onto this front cover, and on the side of every single page you have the tabs for 5 different meeting logs. Each meeting log is what it sounds like. This is where you can put the name of each meeting, the date, and then there's a hyperlink and then numbered. The hyperlink takes you directly to the actual notes of each meeting, the agenda, the list of attendees, the actions, where you put your notes, etc. So you've got 5 different logs. You can approach this however you prefer, your personal preference. You could just do it in chronological order where you do one meeting after another and just work your way through the various meeting logs. There's up to 75 meeting logs now in this template. So there's plenty of meetings that you can fit into this, and then you can duplicate it as much as you like. So you can just do it chronologically, where you might have, this might be, I don't know, a week's worth of meetings for you, and you can do it that way. Or you can do it by subject. So maybe meeting log 1 will be for a particular type of meeting, such as a manager catch-up, and meeting log 2 might be for a particular team that you work with on a weekly basis, or just a different kind of meeting. Now, each of these are just called meeting log at the top, but I've specifically designed it so you can customize it if you wish. I'll show you here. So for meeting log 3, what I've done is grabbed a black marker. I'll quickly show you here. Scribbled out where it says meeting log. You don't have to do this, but if you want to customize it, you can. And eventually you get to the point where that's all black, and then you select a white marker right over it, and you can customize it and title it as you want. So as opposed to going chronological, I personally like to have a log for each type of meeting. So this is for project notes, and then this one I've dedicated for manager one-to-ones, and I've labeled it as such. So it is quite customizable as you see fit. So that's how the meeting logs works. As I say, up to 75 meetings you can fit here, 15 within each log, and then you can just duplicate the template if you want to have limitless meeting notes essentially. And so once you've got your name of the meeting and the date in there, you just press on the number and that'll take you to the meeting overview. So these are all hyperlinked as well. So the meeting overview is what it says. You get the main core details of the meeting, date, time, attendees if you want to log that. So in this example here, I've got all the people that attended that meeting, whether they're internal or external. You can even add next to in a certain section if it was virtual or in person. Whatever you need to log, you can add it onto this overview. An outline of the agenda, and this is obviously a very important one, is tracking actions as well. So that's just the outline of the meeting, but then as the meeting progresses, you'll need to take notes. This is where I think this template particularly shines, is you don't just have a lined A4 page, which you do. Actually A4, I don't know if that's the right description of the size, but you don't just have a lined page. You also have the option to have a gridded page, if it calls for that in the meeting, where you might need to include some sort of diagrams as well, engineering, anything like that. And then even just a blank sheet. If you don't want lines, you don't want grids, you just want a blank piece of paper as well. Now, I'm completely aware that in some meetings you might need 10 pages of lines or grids. In some meetings you might need just half a page if it's a short meeting. So what I've done is this meeting notes template is especially designed to be quite customizable. So let's say I'm writing my notes here, and I'm like, okay, I need another page. What you can do quite easily is jump into this page overview button here. In fact, I shouldn't have written on it, but I can correct that. You just highlight the page you want. So I want to duplicate my lines, press on duplicate, and the reMarkable is quite clever. So you see you've got 2 pages of that now. So I'm going to go into my second page. The reMarkable is quite clever in that, let's get rid of those lines, it retains the hyperlinks. So we've got now one page of lined, and we've got 2 pages of lined, and from these pages we can still use our hyperlinks. So from this new page that we just created, I can still go back to my meeting overview. I can go back to my lines, back to my notes. I can skip forward to grid if I want to use that. And that's essentially how you do it. So you can duplicate the page as many times as you want. So you want 2 lined, 2 grids, but you're actually not going to use a blank sheet this time. So you want 10 grids, 2 lines. You just keep duplicating it, and the hyperlinks will stay intact, including these ones. You can use those and they will stay absolutely fine. So the reMarkable is quite clever when working with this template. And that is a bit of an essential overview, really. And from there you can track your various meetings. I personally prefer working this way. Obviously the reMarkable does come with, you can create maybe a different file for each type of meeting. But when I did this, I found that I'd have to go into a file, to go into another file to look at maybe a client and a person and maybe different things that I was talking to that person about. So I'd have to dive through maybe 4 or 5 files to get where I wanted. Whereas for this one, you literally just have to go, meeting log 2 is where I want to be. And it was this meeting on the 4th of April. And you're straight at your notes and you can flick through. You've got your actions there, you can track them, tick them off as and when you do them. And that's the essential overview, really. If you do have any questions, please do reach out. I'm always happy to help. But that's the overview of my meeting notes template. I hope you found it useful. Thank you.